Hello everybody. Today we are going to read the lesson that is The Little People. And this is a very interesting lesson. It is really very interesting. So before I start this lesson, are you fond of traveling, students? How do you prefer to travel? By train, by air, or by sea? And every time whenever we travel, we have some stories related to our journey. Sometimes our journey is very interesting and we like to share our stories related to our journey to our friends. Okay, so let us see that what is this lesson all about. Actually, this passage or this lesson is taken from a book named Gulliver Travels. Gulliver Travel is an adventure story, and on his voyage, Gulliver goes to the sea as a surgeon on the merchant ship Antelope. This ship was destroyed during a heavy windstorm, and Gulliver, the only survivor, swims to a nearby island, and the name of the island was Lilliput. Being nearly exhausted, Gulliver falls asleep. Upon awakening, he found that the island's inhabitants, who were not larger than 6 inches tall, have captured him. These little people were strange and unusual in sizes and behavior. See, I'll show you the picture so that you can visualize thing. He is Gulliver. Okay, and he has been captured by the inhabitants of the island. Okay, you can see that these people are not larger than 6 inches. Okay, they are not taller than 6 inches and they have captured Gulliver. They have tied Gulliver. You can see how Gulliver is tied. And these little people, they were strange and unusual in sizes and behavior. Actually, Gulliver was the first human to visit the island because for the first and so the little men saw such a huge creature. These little creature, they saw such a huge man for the first time. And so they considered Gulliver as a giant and a possible threat to their life. Now we are going to read the lesson line by line and let's see what is the lesson all about. Jonathan Swift wrote about the adventures of Lemuel Gulliver, who had a passion for sea travel. During one of his voyages, he was shipwrecked close to an island near the South Sea. He managed to reach the island, which he thought was uninhabited. Read on to find out what he discovered. So Jonathan Swift wrote about the adventure of Lemuel Gulliver, and this person Gulliver had a passion for sea travel. Passion, the meaning of passion is strong emotion, you can say, or fondness. Voyage, what is the meaning of voyage? Voyage means long journey involving travel by sea. Voyage is long journey involving travel by sea. Meaning of shipwrecked. The meaning of shipwrecked is to be left without a ship because the ship is destroyed. Okay, because of the destruction of the ship, when you are left without a ship, because your ship is destroyed, that situation, it is known as shipwrecked. So what happened? That Gulliver was shipwrecked and he swam to an island and he thought that that island is uninhabited. The meaning of uninhabited means no one used to live at that place. Unpopulated area, lonely place, no traces of human beings. I accepted a lucrative offer from Captain William Pritchard, master of the Antelope, who was making a voyage to the South Sea. We set sail from Bristol and our voyage was at first very fine. However, we had hardly been 2 weeks into our voyage when a violent storm drove us to the northwest of Van Diemen's Land and eventually shipwrecked us. So Gulliver had a lucrative offer from the captain William Pritchard. Lucrative, the meaning of lucrative is well-paying or rewarding. He got an offer from this captain William Pritchard was master of the Antelope. And what was the offer? That Gulliver and the captain William Pritchard, they went on a voyage and everything was going everything was fine. It had only been 2 weeks into their voyage, and what happened? A violent storm, very powerful storm was there, and their ship was destroyed and they were shipwrecked. Shipwrecked, I told you, to be left without a ship because your ship is destroyed. So Gulliver and the captain was shipwrecked because of the violent storm. Our crew made the best use of lifeboats, but the gales were so strong that we were quickly overturned. What became of my companions in the boat, as well of those who escaped on the rocks or were left in the vessel, I do not know. So what happened? Because of that violent storm, their ship was destroyed, and Gulliver and the other crew members, they made best use of lifeboat. But the gales means strong winds. The winds were so strong, violent, that their lifeboats were also quickly overturned and they were not able to save themselves. Gulliver had no idea that where were his companions and where they went, or how many of them survived, or where they escaped. So Gulliver had no idea, and Gulliver was left all alone. I can only conclude that they were all lost. So Gulliver thought that all of his companions were lost. For my own part, I swam as fortune directed me and was pushed forward by wind and a tide to a desolate island where I saw no living beings. So what happened? Gulliver, luck favored him, and because of his luck, he went to a place, okay, and he swam to that place, and finally Gulliver survived, and he went to Gulliver was pushed forward by wind and tide, and because Gulliver was lucky, so he swam to an island. Desolate island means, again, the desolate meaning is the island was uninhabited. There was no trace of human being and no one used to live on that island. Where I saw no living beings. I told you that he was not able to see any living creature over there. I lay down on the grass, which was very short and soft. I slept soundly for what I think was about 9 hours. For it was just daylight when I woke up. So see, Gulliver was so tired because the journey was really very tiring and they were shipwrecked. So Gulliver, what happened? He lay down on the grass, and the grass was short and soft, and Gulliver was so tired that he slept well, and he slept for about 9 hours. When he woke up, when there was a daylight, then he woke up. Okay, when the sun was shining brightly. I attempted to rise but was not able to stir. Stare, the meaning of stare is move. So Gulliver wanted to wake up and rise, but what happened? He was not able to move. As I happened to lie on my back, I found my arms and legs were strongly fastened, meaning of fastened is tied, on each side to the ground, and my hair, which was long and thick, was tied down in the same manner. So when Gulliver woke up, he tried to move, but he was unable to move. And what he found, that his legs and his arms were tied. Okay, and they were very strongly fastened. Means very strongly they were tied on each side to the ground. Even the hairs of Gulliver. Gulliver had very long and thick hair, but his hairs were also tied. You see, I will show you in the picture. See, his arms are tied, legs. Okay, see the manner in which his hair is tied up. So this was the position of Gulliver, and in this position Gulliver found it very hard to move. He was not able to move at all. So he was captured by these little men and he was tied up also. Neither able to sit up nor move, I could only look upwards. The sun began to grow hot and the light hurt my eyes. I heard a confused noise about me, but in the posture I lay, I could see nothing except the sky. In a little time, I felt something moving on my left leg. It advanced gently forward over my body and came almost up to my chin. Bending my eyes downward as much as I could, I saw what looked like human creature not 6 inches high, with a bow and arrow in his hand and a quiver at his back. So because Gulliver was tied up, he was not able to move and he was not able to see that what is happening to him. And the sun was shining brightly, and the rays of the sun grew hotter and hotter, and the sun rays were hurting Gulliver's eyes. The Gulliver was not able to open his eyes properly. Gulliver was very confused. Why he was confused? There was lot of noise, and there was lot of noise, and Gulliver was not able to understand that what is going on, because he was lying in such a posture and he was not able to stand, sit or move. So he was not able to see that what is exactly happening, or he was not even able to see that why he is not able to move. But then also when he bent his eyes downwards, what he saw, that he saw human-like creature. And he also saw that these human, they were not more than 6 inches high, and they were carrying bow and arrow. And they were also carrying a quiver at his back. The meaning of quiver is a case used for carrying arrows. See in the picture you can see bows and arrows, okay, and the quiver. This is the quiver, the case used for keeping the arrows. So you can see they are having these swords and all in their hands, so many weapons. So this was the case. Gulliver could see these little people. Almost at the same time, I felt at least 50 more of the same kind as I imagined following the first. From sheer astonishment, I roared so loud that they all ran back in a fright, and some of them seemed to suffer injury from the fall they got by leaping from my body onto the ground. So what happened? One of this little creature, he came forward over his body, and then that little human came almost to Gulliver's chin. And it was that time only that Gulliver noticed that these are human beings who are not more than 6 inches high. So when one of the little men moved forward, the other almost 50 men followed that little man, and Gulliver was really very sheer astonishment. Meaning of sheer is complete. Astonishment, surprised. Gulliver was really surprised seeing all these 50 people marching towards him, and all of them were of same kind, means they were not more than 6 inches high. Gulliver was really surprised to see that what these people are doing on his body and why these people are climbing on his body. Gulliver was not able to understand anything. So to save himself, what Gulliver did, he roared loudly, made a loud sound, and the noise, the sound was so loud that what happened, all the little men, they were scared and they ran back in fright. They were so afraid that they ran back, and some of them, when they tried to get down off his body, as you know that Gulliver was very looking like a giant, so when they tried to get down of his body, some of them even suffered injury, and because they fell down when they tried attempting leaping from his body onto the ground. However, they soon returned, and one of them, who ventured so far as to get a full sight of my face, lifting up his hands and eyes by way of admiration, cried out in a shrill but distinct voice, "Hecina de Gaulle." The others repeated the same word several times. If only I knew what they meant. So when he shouted, everyone was scared and they ran back. But again, what happened? Soon they returned back, and one of them was very courageous, who ventured. Ventured meaning is he was willing to take risk. So that person, that human being was willing to take risk, and he came close to Gulliver's face and lifting up his hands and eyes by way of admiration, and then that person cried out in a shrill, again the meaning of shrill is loud or high-pitched sound, you can say. What that person gave the order, he shouted, "Hecina de Gaulle." This phrase, Gulliver didn't understand the meaning of this phrase, Hecina de Gaulle, but the other human beings, the other little men also repeated the same words several times, and Gulliver was not understanding their language. I lay all this while in great uneasiness. At length, struggling to get loose, I was able to break the strings and wrench out the pegs that fastened my left arms to the ground. I discovered how they had bound me, so with a violent pull, I loosened the strings that tied down my hair on the left side. Now I was just able to turn my head about 2 inches. So Gulliver was lying in such a position that was really very uncomfortable for him. He was feeling uneasy because he was captured and he was tied in a very unusual way. On discovering that how he has been tied up, what he did, Gulliver tried to lose it. He struggled to get loose and he wanted to free himself, and he used force, and what he did, he broke the strings, wrench out the pegs. Wrench, the meaning of wrench is to pull violently, and the meaning of peg is a short pin or bolt. So what Gulliver did, he used force and he tried to free himself, and then he pulled the strings and the short pins that were used to tie him, he tried to pull those pins violently. And then after doing this, almost he was able to move his head. Okay. The creature ran off second time before I could. The creature ran off a second time before I could seize them. Whereupon there was a great shout in a very shrill accent, and after it ceased, I heard one of them cry aloud, troglophonic. No sooner had the cry been made than my left hand was covered with tiny arrows that pricked me like so many needles. They sent another volley of arrows into the air. Some fell on my body and some on my face, which I immediately covered with my left hand. So again what happened? The creature ran off a second time before Gulliver wanted to seize them, means Gulliver wanted to catch hold of them. But what happened? Those creatures, they were also afraid of Gulliver. So they ran back and Gulliver was not able to catch hold of them. Again, these creatures, these little people, they shouted something, and they shouted a phrase, and the noise was again very loud. Okay, and shrill means high pitched. I told you this. The phrase was tolgophonic, and no sooner this phrase was uttered, what happened? Gulliver could feel that the bunch of arrows, there was a bunch of arrow. And what is the meaning of volley? You can say shower. There was a shower of arrows into the air, and some fell on his body and some on his face. And some of the arrows are, because they were very little people, so what happened, their arrows were also tiny. Okay, it was not very big arrow. The arrows were also very small and tiny. Almost you can say the arrows were like needles. So these arrows pricked Gulliver. The meaning of pricked is make a small hole with a sharp point. So those arrows, they were like needles and they were pricked Gulliver's arm. Okay. After that, what happened? Again, when that phrase, tolgophonic, when this phrase, they shouted this phrase, they told this, again a volley of arrow. Volley means shower of arrows into the air, and some of the arrows fell on Gulliver's body and some on his face, and Gulliver tried to protect himself. He covered his face with his left hand. When this shower of arrow was over, I groaned with grief and pain, and then on my striving again to get loose, they discharged another volley larger than the first, and some of them attempted with spears to stick me in the sides. But by good luck, I had on a leather jacket which they could not pierce. Saved from the spears, yes, but what was in store for me next, I never could have imagined. So see, Gulliver was trying very hard to free himself, but he was not able to free himself. These people, they were very little and they were tiny and they were not more than 6 inch, but then also Gulliver was not able to free himself. Every time he could see that a shower of arrows were coming towards him. Okay, and because of that, Gulliver groaned with grief and pain. The meaning of groan is making some sound when you are in pain. So when you are in pain, the type of sound that we make is known as groan. So Gulliver was he was in pain because of those arrows. Though those arrows were like needle, but Gulliver was in pain. And then again Gulliver was striving. Striving means struggling hard to free himself, to get loose, but he was not able to do so. Whenever he tried to free himself, they used to shower the arrows on Gulliver. Okay. And some of them, what they did, they used spears. Spears, the meaning of spears is weapons. Some of the little men, they also used spears. They also used weapons to harm Gulliver, to stick me in the side. They didn't want Gulliver to move because they were considering Gulliver as a threat to their life. They were considering Gulliver as a giant. Okay, but by luck, Gulliver was wearing a leather jacket, and so what happened? The spears and the weapons and the arrows that were being used by these little people, those arrows were, and those weapons and those spears, they were not able to pierce his jacket. They were not able to get inside his leather jacket, and Gulliver was all safe. Next, Gulliver is telling that safe from the spears, he was almost safe from all those weapons, and there was the next surprise for Gulliver which he had never ever imagined. So in next video, students, we are going to discuss question and answer of this lesson. Thanks for watching.